Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Joseph Mercado here with another session here at Mastermind University. And today, I'd like to discuss with you on this beautiful afternoon, July 22nd, 2014. And what we're going to discuss is the topic of negative thoughts. And what is it that negative thoughts gets the best of you in certain occasions where you feel immensely stressed dealing with situations in your life? You see, negative thoughts is obviously a reciprocation of positive thoughts. But you don't have to make negativity and the thoughts in your mind so negative a lifestyle that you have to be submissive to. See, we all go through different instances and situations that make us feel negative why we do. Whether it happens within our emotions, in our feelings, in our thoughts. But see, negativity is just to be used as a catapult to succeed to the next level of excellence and to reach your destination of purpose. You need to make a difference today as far as you settling for those negatives, or you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to get those negatives out of the way and I'm going to start doing things differently. I'm going to conform and construct new habits that allow me to get out of the rut of distraught, get out of the river of despair, of rebellion, and start doing things differently in your life. The reason why things seem so negative is because when we were children, we were brought up in atmospheres, because the first word that you hear when you're born is the word no or don't. Because we're so curious about certain things that we get involved in, and our parents would tell us, don't do this, or don't do that, or no, you can't have that. And when we wanted something, like when you're hungry as a baby, what do? You cry. You cry for the attention to feed the need. So even as adults, we seem to cry internally in our emotions if something doesn't go our way, or a bad situation takes place, whether it's a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one, or something happens, a bad relationship, a sour breakup, and we get all this negative thoughts in our head because that's all we know, that's all we're used to. But I'm here to let you know that it doesn't have to remain that way. You can get rid of your negative thoughts by replacing it with positive thoughts, positive circumstances, positive memories. Think about a moment in your life that made you feel so great that you don't have to feel negative anymore. If you have children, let your children be the replacement of your negatives that happened from a previous relationship or a previous endeavor that didn't make you feel good. Because you know why? Because you have so many positives within you that you have not untapped into yet, that now it's a matter of time to start digging deep within yourself and prying out those inner positives. You need to discover your true nature as a person by healing those negative thoughts in your mind and getting rid of the negativity that looks to capture you and imprison you mentally. You have a jail cell up here that you have built based on the negative thoughts that you think and perceive to be true. But the good news is that they're not true. You don't have to make it true. The only thing that you need to make true is the positives and the good influence that you have within you, that you just need to tap into and find and release. You need to release the negativity out of you. You see, matter is something that you cannot destroy. Matter can only be converted or transitioned to another state, according to statistics and science. Remember back in science class, they would teach us that you cannot destroy matter. You can only convert it or transition it from one state to another. So if that is true, that means that you can transfer negative energy into positive energy. Because there's an ionic charge that takes place in your mind when you start thinking about certain things, how it affects your chemistry. Did you know that inside your mind there's a thing called a hypothalamus in your brain? The hypothalamus, think of it as like a factory. It's a manufacturing plant that produces thoughts. Thoughts are produced and made by electricity. Those electrodes that make the electricity, in order to conform those thoughts, is what allows information to travel through those nodes, which in turn build up into nerve cells or neurons, which creates a neural net. These are passageways. They're neural passageways that allow the information of positive to negative to travel inside your mind and filter into your realm of emotions, which becomes your emotional intelligence. There's a thing inside self-sabotage, which is called your intelligent quotients, or your quotient level of intelligence. And what that does is that depicts your level of how intelligent you are as a person when it comes to dealing with situations in life. And what I want to share with you is something called the 90-10 principle. The 90-10 principle tells us is that life consists 10% of the problem itself, and the remaining 90% is how you deal with the problem. So it's up to you how you deal with the situation, the problem in your life. You got to make that work for yourself. So take those negatives, reverse them into positives by doing things that make you feel good. You can always take things in your surrounding environments, such as whether it's a television, whether it's a clock, whether it's a picture of a memory of somebody and somebody else, whether it's something that makes you feel good, brings you back to a state of well-being to make you think of those positive things that you can put in front of those negatives. But you got to make that happen for yourself. You got to take the time and the practice and the ability to know that you are capable to make those positive differences in your life. Get rid of the negativity, let it flee from your vicinity, and become the best you that you've been destined to be. So take this moment and start making differences in your life. I want you to, right now, I want you to think of something negative that's affecting your life, and I want you to, even if you have to write it down on a piece of paper, and I want you to write down next to that piece of paper or make a mental note of it, think of the most recent